Another deadly crash at a dangerous intersection. Neighbors walk us through what happened and call for change.
And we do have snow on the way. It's looking less and less like ice. I'm going to fill you in on what you can expect.
Plus, Super Bowl 58 is here. What you need to know while you prep for your party tonight.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
Well, happy Super Bowl Sunday, St. Louis. The day has finally arrived. Right now, we're taking a live look at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, where the Chiefs and 49ers will face off in less than 12 hours. And this afternoon at 1, Missouri Governor Mike Parson will meet with California Governor Gavin Newsom to exchange gifts before the Super Bowl. And it's actually, fun fact, a rematch of Super Bowl 54 just 4 years ago. Today, we want to know who you're rooting for. Wow. All right, so 100%. The Chiefs have taken it so far, but it is still early in the morning, Tracy. So
yeah, it's true. Our producer, Frank Walter, must not be up yet. He's like the only 49ers fan I know around here.
Well, to cast your vote, head to kstk.com/vote. I'm sure that's not going to change, though. Just based on where we are, that's going to stay the same. Well, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. It's Sunday, February 11th. I'm Mercedes McKay. We got our little thumb fingers on.
We're ready to go. And you know what? I'm actually excited for this one. Normally I don't really care about the Super Bowl. Love the ads. But I think it's going to be fun.
This one's exciting. Well, Tracy Henson is obviously sporting a Patrick Mahomes shirt. Tracy, can you just tell us a little bit about this?
Why? It's the most ridiculous giveaway shirt I've ever seen. Gary got it from going to a Chiefs game, I think 2 years ago or something like that. And State Farm, they put it out as their giveaway. And who wouldn't want to wear this?
Who wouldn't want that?
You could wear it to church. You could wear it so many places.
So many places.
A business meeting.
Right.
A nice business meeting.
Not just the
Perhaps a job interview. You could show up.
It's so versatile. My thing is, they didn't just choose one of his faces. They put him all over.
All over.
All over.
I mean, it's just really a classy shirt.
It's so classy.
So you can wear it everywhere.
I love it. Well,
a nice steakhouse dinner.
You sitting down with the steak like,
All right, everyone, let's go over our weather. And don't worry, I know we are all focusing in on what's in store for us tomorrow. So I will talk about today's weather, but I'll probably talk about that in about 15 minutes. I want to focus in on what's on its way. You can see some of that snow off towards like Kansas right now and a little bit into Oklahoma. That's going to make its way up to us here. As you can see, it's going to slide in along Interstate 44, that timestamp around lunchtime into the St. Louis area. I expect less ice and more of a very slushy snow. Think as if you spilled your 7-Eleven Slurpee on the ground. That's what I'm expecting tomorrow's snowfall to be like. That being said, traction issues on the road could be a little bit better because it will be a little less icy. It'll be very slushy, but still skidding. Things like that will be common tomorrow. Then it gets out of the way by 10 o'clock. Coming up, I'll outline your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Well, this morning, a man is in the hospital and another is dead after a head-on crash in Florissant. It happened around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon along New Halls Ferry Road. Our Amy Krall spoke with neighbors just moments after the crash.
It's just a bad scene. It make you feel sad just looking at it.
At the intersection of Newcastle Drive and New Halls Ferry Road, 2 cars crashed on Saturday. One flipped over completely. Missouri State Highway Patrol says it started when a car driven by 55-year-old Virgil Shivers drove into oncoming traffic and hit Gary Bozeman's car head on. The 71-year-old Bozeman died. He was not wearing a seatbelt. Shivers was taken to the hospital. Neighbors in North St. Louis County telling us they heard what sounded like an explosion outside their front door a little after 1 in the afternoon. Hours later, onlookers upset with the lack of medical first responders present.
I just wonder how come they haven't sent for emergency services, not an ambulance or fire department here at all.
By 5:30 p.m., you can see here one of the cars finally being flipped over and the resulting crunch. I'm standing just beside New Halls Ferry Road, where tow crews are, one, flipping that car back over, but also secondly, putting the other vehicle back up onto the bed. Now, when I spoke with neighbors, they told me, of course, they're heartbroken by that fatality, but also concerned about what comes next.
Keep your eyes open and pay attention to what you're doing, and mostly watch these other drivers, because there's a lot of them out here that are not paying attention to what they're doing.
For about 20 years, Melvin Taylor has driven through this intersection every day, warning that speeding drivers make it very dangerous. Reporting in St. Louis County, Annie Krall, 5 on your side.
Police have not said if speeding caused that crash. We will keep you updated as we learn more. Right now, a woman is recovering after someone shot her in the leg in Soulard yesterday. It happened just before 7 p.m., just hours after the Mardi Gras parade at South 7th and Marion Streets near Social Bar and Grill. She was treated at SLU Hospital and is expected to be okay. Right now, police have not said what led up to the shooting or anything about a suspect. This morning, we now know the name of a man who was killed in his Midtown apartment just Friday afternoon. Police say around 2 p.m., 42-year-old Jeffrey Holmes and his neighbor were in an argument when the neighbor pulled a gun and shot him. Holmes was taken to the hospital where he later died, and the suspect is currently in custody. Well, this morning, the Crystal City community is grieving the loss of a teenager shot and killed in South City last month. Last night, they held a memorial for Dalton Piacek. The 15-year-old died in January after a gun went off inside his home on Missouri Avenue. Relatives say Dalton was kind, loved music, and was always willing to help his family.
But I look around and I see the multitude of children that are being killed, and you always think that poor family, and then it hits your own. So it just kind of tears you up.
While police say his death was accidental, his family thinks otherwise. They say 2 other teens were there when he was shot. Investigators say they're still looking into the incident. Anyone with information should contact police. Well, as we start a new week, there are 3 stories to know about. Missouri lawmakers want to make it a felony for any person to flee from police while committing a crime. They're naming the proposed legislation Valentine's Law, after St. Louis County Detective Antonio Valentine. 2 years ago, Valentine was killed in a head-on collision with a stolen car. The proposal will be announced Wednesday in Jefferson City. Then on Thursday, SSM Health St. Mary's Hospital is hosting a free drive-through food bank. Starting at 9 a.m., you can stop by for a mix of fresh and non-perishable foods. The event is first come, first serve. Organizers ask you to make extra space in your car for any food you'd like to take home. And if you'd like to learn a new language, the St. Louis Public Library is hosting an American Sign Language class. Each lesson will be led by a CODA. That's someone who grew up in a deaf household. It's Saturday at the Buter Library over on Hampton Avenue. Lessons run from 2 to 3:30 p.m.